If you have the same impact on my Champions League result like last time, I switched to Owen Hargreaves because he had huge impact.
Hey, listen, last time it was crazy.
Yeah, but if it gets crazy again, you're out. I don't do this with young men. We can have dinner, whatever, but no more interviews. The last chance for you.
Thomas, thanks you for giving us your time. Great to see you again. Last time I saw you was in Paris, and I know you wasn't happy with the result. We'll try and get you a better result this time, I'm sure.
I think that's part of your duty as journalist. So there's a lot of pressure, not only on me, but also on you. The result was horrible.
But listen, let's fast forward now. We're at Chelsea. Can you just talk us through and take us back through the first 24 hours that you had when you came to the club? What was it like?
So it was like landing, go straight to training, straight to Cobham, training ground, not get lost here between all the rooms. And actually we decided, I think, to sleep in a hotel to prepare for Wolverhampton. So we have dinner together. It was pretty crazy. So we decided in the plane what to do in training, how it is to play Wolverhampton. So we decided for a back three, so we can defend with five, and have a quicker pressing on the five from Wolverhampton and be always 3 against 2 against their counter-attacks with the 2 fast strikers, Traoré and Neto. So these were the decisions made on the plane, and then we arrived, and yeah, everybody was very friendly here in Cobham, super friendly. We had a lot of support, and that didn't stop until now. And then you meet the team, and of course you have a very, very quick talk only, and you admit that it's crazy to stand here, and you cannot always even believe. And then you go on the pitch because it's the best way to get to know each other. And it was a pleasure from the first day to train with the guys. The work ethic is incredible. It's like you wish it as a coach, and has never stopped. And I feel the dressing room strong. I feel a strong bond between the players. I feel myself involved, and I feel a good atmosphere on a daily basis with a lot of support here from the club. It's big fun. It's a pleasure, and feels good.
In terms of the quality of the side and what you thought about Chelsea, what was that before you came here? Were they a team that you'd looked at before and ever thought, oh, one day that would be a good place to play, to go and manage? Or
they are one of the big 4, 5, 6 teams in England, and these are the teams that we follow, and we follow also teams like Wolverhampton, of course, and Southampton if they have impressive runs. So of course Premier League is always the league to follow, and this is always exciting to watch the big teams against each other, which happens almost every week. So this is normal because I'm a huge fan of football, and I watch every big match and every interesting match that I can learn from, and I can just enjoy watching. So yeah. We watched Champions League games. We had a clear impression, but it was not too deep in sense like we were prepared for weeks and weeks that this might come. It was and maybe that was good. So there was no chance to overthink it. It was just to do or not to do, and was big decision from the gut. Do you call it from the gut or from the stomach? More than from the brain, and this is sometimes or maybe most often the best decisions.
Obviously, Chelsea have had a huge investment this summer just gone. But rolling back a year before with a transfer ban, there was huge investment in terms of youth. How important is that for you going forward, the youth?
You can call me old school in this, but I love it. And sometimes it brings out the best in the clubs, and reminds also the clubs how good their academy is, and how much you can trust the young guys, and how much they care, and suddenly you feel it, that they care a lot for their colors, and that they live maybe a lifelong dream in the academy, and when they are here they care really for the club and for their chance to be a player, especially in this club and at Chelsea, and yeah, I will never stop pushing the guys from the academy. I will never judge from how much a player costs or how much he earns. For me, it's like if I'm a fan of any club, I want to see youngsters arrive. And if you look at the big teams who were dominant in Europe, like Barcelona, like you with Manchester United. You can name it. It was Xavi, it was Iniesta, it was Busquets, it was Pujol, it was the big leaders. It was you with the Neville, Scholes, and Ryan Giggs and Beckham in Man United, and then it's now Bayern München also with Philipp Lahm, Schweinsteiger, Thomas Müller. These are the guys. I think they can create a special bond also between club and the supporters and the atmosphere around the team, how people watch this team. And I think you have more sympathy if you see the guys from the academy that they play there, and it creates something special that you can achieve maybe more than if you just buy and have a super strong squad. But this is football. It's also about soul and about feeling, and
the young
this
players
comes
connect
from
the
the
fans
academy.
to the club again, don't they? That's what you're
Sorry?
trying to say. I think it's that connection with the fans that you get that little bit of sympathy and grace when things aren't going so well, and they're given that little bit of time.
Yeah.
And we look forward now to this summer with the recruitments of Timo Werner and Havertz, who are just countrymen from Germany like you. But big money signings, huge expectations. You know them, obviously. How do you get the best out of them? And where do they fit into your plans?
Well, I think, first of all, they fit into any plans because of any managers, because they have strong potential, strong talent, and it's obvious. I think, first of all, they did a brave decision to go abroad, to jump out of their comfort zone. Timo was the top guy in Leipzig. Kai was the top go-to guy in Leverkusen. To jump abroad, to go to the most demanding league in Europe, to go to a club like Chelsea, where people demand results, people expect even titles if possible. It's a huge step out of your comfort zone. So first of all, I talked to them and told them I like this decision because stepping out of your comfort zone creates energy and gives you energy and makes you brave, and this is maybe makes you uncomfortable, and this is maybe exactly what you need to reach the next level. And you will have maybe experienced weeks and days where you doubted and where you were not happy, but this is the process of change. And when you want to grow as a player and when you want to leave your footprints, this is a strong decision. And now let's walk the talk, and I will try to help you. I will try to push you when it's needed. I will try to guide you and try to be at your side to support you when it's needed. And of course, maybe the first contact is a bit easier because, I'm German, they are German. We know each other for a long time, played against each other and so on. But it's in the end, like with every player, they need confidence, they need the trust, they need an honest approach. Sometimes they need to hear the truth from you, even if they don't like it. It's the same with these guys, and they have a lot of potential and okay, but in the same time, the club demands a lot of them, and I can understand. We spend a lot of money, they spend a lot of money, so it's time to step up and fight for it.
So talking, just going to tactics, do you see yourself being mainly a 3 or 5 at the back team, or do you have something else in mind, or do you want to be a team that can be versatile?
Yeah, I think we should keep this in our pocket, that we have the chance to switch and shift formations if it helps us. But you know very well, I mean, once you start switching too much, you might also give the impression to the players that it's always your solution and they can wait for your solution. And maybe they think it, or maybe it's unconscious. If the solution is always to switch formation, because this is not the solution, you might give them the impression that the solution comes always from me. But the point is, the most important is not the formation. The most important is how we live it, how everybody respects the principles, how we attack, how we defend in the formation that we play. And this is much more important than the formation. We can be strong in any formation. So now we started with a 3 and the 6-6 because of the characteristic of the players. I wanted to have Aspi on the field. This was the first thing for me clear. I want to have the captain on the field when I have only 1 day in training. Thiago at his side. We wanted to have both number 6. So it was more genuine, more natural, this decision. From there we were very strong. Was no need to change. In halftime against Barnsley we changed to a 4-1 in the back, because they pressed us very high with all three strikers. So we had a 4-against-3 in the second half to make it a bit easier to escape the pressure. I want to understand the players that the changes are not so big, like you can maybe think, wow, back 3, back 4, it's not so big. It's a slight movement of 10 meters maybe, sometimes 5 meters higher, more to the side. And then from there on, you do your stuff that we are used to do. Attack up front, play diagonal on the ground, whatever. Where we open up spaces, this stays the same. And so this is a thin line. And for me, the focus is to encourage them that they are the most important part, like how they live it. And right now we play a lot with the 3, and we adapt very, very good, and we were very strong, so there was no need to change.
So talking of your contract, 18 months with a year option at the end, this is obviously sometimes you see a lot of contracts are a bit longer than that. Does that affect your approach going forward in terms of your targets and ambitions? Given that obviously it's a shorter term contract.
Yeah, I would say yes, it affects me because everything affects me, of course, but in a very positive way, because I was worried about that in the beginning, and like I said, it was all done in 72 hours. So I didn't like it at first. So it was like, what, they don't trust me or what? Or what is this? 18 months, I have to leave my country, maybe leave my family behind. It's not so easy to jump in there. What do they think? They have many points behind place number 4. And so maybe we don't make it, which is still possible that we don't make it because it's a hard race. So and then it's easy to sack me again. But after some minutes, it was a matter of minutes, Rio, it was like, what does it change anyway? I mean, I took it off my shoulders. I thought, okay, if I'm good, if they like what I'm doing, they will make me stay. If I'm not good, if I don't have results, if they don't like me, they will sack me anyway. I can have a 5-year contract, they will sack me. And so why worry about it? Am I convinced about myself? Yes. Am I convinced about this team, about this club, about this league? Yes, yes, and yes. So why to worry about this number? If I'm good and be self-confident, and from there on I stepped out of this cycle of thinking, and I live a bit easier with that, I have to say, and I don't worry too much. Maybe it's better this way. So I turned it around, and like now I feel light, and I feel good, and the approach to say, okay, so we better use every day if we don't know how long we have at Chelsea as managers.
Your squad, very good squad, like you say, lots of experience, big players in there, young players. You've come from a team that had superstars, genuine world superstars, Mbappe, Neymar, to name a few.
Yeah.
Give me some of the differences in terms of managing that type of team and squad with those type of players to this one.
The thing is about these guys you mentioned in Paris, they are the guys who really deliver on the highest level. So the higher the level gets, the better Neymar gets. So maybe the focus is more to push him in the normal games. It's harder to push him in the normal games. Maybe, I don't know, I have to feel this team maybe with the youngsters, with the guys who are hungry to make themselves a name, to enter this kind of level. Maybe it's more the challenge to calm them down in the big games, because here you need to push nobody for the normal games. The league pushes you to the limits here. The league, the role in that we are in, like we were the hunters now for place number 4, 3, so, and we still are in that role. So this gives you actually a big push, so nobody needs to be pushed for that. So now is a different approach, of course, but it's always a different approach, like with any player. It was a pleasure to coach guys like Kylian, like Ney, and Angel and all the others. It was a big challenge that I wanted. And as you could see, it suited us perfect, the momentum, that it was all condensed to a tournament in Portugal to play like the last 3 rounds of Champions League. You could see what they are capable of. Everything I experience here makes me very happy, because it makes me totally feel alive as a coach. And hopefully this feeling does not change And I'm not speaking only of results, I'm speaking more about the way we work, the way we are together, and the way that how clear the club is focused on football and on pushing everybody to the limits is good. I feel very alive here. It's different. It's not better and not worse. It's like it is. It's different and suits me perfect for the moment. And hopefully we can show it on the pitch.
And my final question, I can't leave this interview without speaking about Mbappe in a little bit more detail. Obviously, you saw in the week what he done a hat-trick in the Camp Nou. Is it now his time for Messi and Ronaldo maybe to step aside a little bit and he's now going to be the main man in world football, do you think?
They will never step aside, never on free will. They will never step aside. If he wants to be there, he has to push them aside. This is totally clear on that level. Nobody will step aside for him. Scoring a hat-trick in Nou Camp is a message and is what he demands of himself. It is his potential. It is what he has in him. He is still young. He is super hungry. He's a shark. Like in his mentality, he wants to grab everything that he can have. So this is the mentality that you need, and I mean it in the most positive way, because he's a nice guy in private and in person. Super nice guy, super intelligent, super funny. But once he's on the pitch, he's a shark, and this is what the big guys are. If you drop one drop of blood in the water, they arrive, and this is Kylian. And if he wants to enter on the level from the guys that you mentioned, because they are there for years and years and years, and I don't think they are ready to step aside just because he arrives. He has to take it, but I think he will do everything to do it.
Perfect. Well, good way to finish. Listen, I wish you good luck and I hope you get a better result the last time we spoke.
Why do I believe you? Why do I believe you more than last time?
Because it's not my team. Listen, no matter the result, you're in London now. I'll take you for dinner after. Don't worry.
Yeah, I pay.
Okay, thank you very much, man. Good luck.